All right, so Blue Jays lose. Oh man, Blue Jays lose 11-9 to the Tampa Bay Rays. Always those Rays, eh? The Tampa Bay Rays beat the Blue Jays 11-9. Second time in 2 games the Jays have scored 9 runs. Unfortunately, this time in a losing effort. We're gonna start with the big ticket item, Jeff Hoffman. Um, Hoffman, man, we got to be better than this, right? Those 2 games in Anaheim, we were like, what the hell is going on with Jeff Hoffman? Is Jeff Hoffman cooked? Is he hurt? Is he tipping? What's going on? And then he had 2 outings in Seattle and immediately put that all to bed. And we're like, oh, Jeff Hoffman was back. It's just a blip. And tonight, man, when Jeff Hoffman blows him, he really gets his money's worth. Like he, yeah, he blows him good because 5 runs in the ninth, not able to limit any damage. Um, looked good to start. Looked good to start. Started with a strikeout, and then the walk to Jankowski, the 8 hitter, kind of like undid it all. It was all downhill snowball effect from there. Um, and then obviously culminating with the Junior Caminero moon bomb grand slam. Sucks, man. I don't want to talk about Like, there's nothing I can say about Hoffman. Like, there's nothing else I would have done. Like, what are you? You have no other option other than to bring your closer in that spot. Like, it's not a John Schneider thing. It's not even a Blue Jays personnel thing. Like, Jeff Hoffman's the guy. Like, he's got to be the guy, and he's got to pitch better. And that's what Jeff Hoffman would tell you. So I guess we'll go to Jose Barrios. Also not good tonight. Like, really at all. Only got through 5 1/3, 5 hits, 5 earned. And this is the concerning thing was the only 3 walks and then only 4 strikeouts. Really didn't have his good stuff. Felt like he couldn't really miss a lot of bats and gave up a lot of hard contact, especially in that 4-run third for the Rays. And that 4-run third for the Rays felt huge because the Rays are a team that you typically when you beat the Rays, you have to beat their starters. Their starters came into this game with the 19th best ERA in baseball, like among starting pitchers, and then their bullpen came in with the 6th best ERA in baseball, which means basically to me is you've got to get your runs off their starters because it's hard to score off their relievers, and obviously the Jays didn't really have a hard time scoring off Rays relievers tonight. They got a bunch of runs off of them, but and hit a bunch of homers off of them too. But it like typically that's the way it felt. And you know what? Good on the Jays for battling. I truly am really impressed with the way they battled all night long. Like we've seen the Jays roll over a lot, especially this iteration of the team, and especially last year, and even in 2023, they felt like a rollover team. And at times they have this year as well, but overall this season, I have been impressed with the way they battled when they're down in games, and they feel like at times they are comeback kids, especially this offense. Um, Bo and Varsho both with homers to make it 4-3. And we're like, all right, getting in the back half of the game here, going to need a run or two off at least 2 off the bullpen to win, a 1-1 to tie. And then I guess we'll talk about Vlad now because I was ready to get on here and skewer Vlad. He saved his night with with the walk and score on the Varsho go ahead homer in the bottom of the 8th, and of course the meaningless RBI double in the ninth, the bottom of the ninth. But we got to talk about the rundown because it was terrible. It was really terrible. I was really ready to get on here and be upset with Vlad. And I'm not going to do too much of it, but tag guys with 2 hands, please. It's the first thing they teach you when you start playing baseball. When there's a pickle, you have to put the ball in your glove and tag the runners with 2 hands. So the momentum of the runner doesn't knock it out. And Vlad failed to do that, dropped the ball, and then obviously heads up base running by the Tampa Bay Rays. I forget who was on second base. I'm sorry for that. But he scampered around the bases, kept his head up, never stopped running, and then was rewarded for it with a run, made it 5-3, and that felt like the ball game, to be honest with you. Especially Jano, welcome back, Jano. Obviously, very rude of you to hit a home run and score a very important run tonight. But anyways, like the Jano home run made it 6-3, and man, like it feels like we're definitely not getting 3 or 4 runs off the Rays bullpen, so it felt over. And then Ernie Clement, first homer of the year, love to see that. Not much I'm going to talk about there. And then obviously the Jays continue to battle, man. Awesome stuff. Dalton Varsho really felt like a moment. Really felt like when he hit that 3-run bomb off the facing of the fifth deck in the bottom of the 8th inning to take a 7-6 lead. It really felt like a moment. Jays would have been on a 5-game winning streak and rolling, really rolling. 5-game winning streak. And you're playing a 5th place team that's like this Tampa Bay Rays team is not your daddy's Tampa Bay Rays. These are not really the Rays that we're used to the Jays facing. So it would have been really nice to take the series opener, stay hot, stay on a roll. And you were right there, and then we're back to the Jeff Hoffman blown save. So I'll leave you with this. I picked this up on the broadcast from Dan Shulman. The last season, the Jays beat the Tampa Bay Rays. This is terrible. In a season series was 2017. I was 13 years old in 2017, which is kind of a scary thought, a sickening thought. But man, so I just said these are not your daddy's Rays. Let's go prove that tomorrow. Kevin Gosman on the hill, Dalton Varsho bobblehead night. I will be in the building. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting to seeing the Jays. My first, obviously they were on a pretty long West Coast road trip, so I'm excited to see them again. It's been a little bit. Man, brutal loss. Like, there's not much you can do. Definitely not much me and you can do. So, 11-9 loss for the Jays. Try to get some sleep tonight because I know it's the losses like these that keep me up.